Parody pals.
And we're back on the True Crime Podcast. Back on the show, we've got Darren G.
What's happening, people? L5, choose a life, not a knife.
Now, the last podcast was a little bit tumultuous. Basically, we had an explosive story from Darren, who told us his life story. And then ever since then, the podcast blew to astronomical numbers. And then we had a little bit of a falling out because he was calling me a nonce and all kinds of things. But now we've patched it up and we're going to do another explosive podcast.
Yeah, well, the whole nonce thing, Shaun, it was on the back of what happened with that, cali roses. Listen, mate, we don't fuck about like that in L5. All right, where I'm coming from a background of abuse. Me and my brothers, we were victimised, we were scandalised, we were bastardised, vilified, and every other word ending in "ased" you can think of. You're on it.
That's so deep.
And now I'm spreading a message. I hate fucking dealers and I hate nonces and what you do with that Cali roses. It was a bit fucking questionable, Shaun. I don't know what to say, mate.
Well, just to be abundantly clear for the listeners of the podcast, Cali Roses is actually a grown lady. She's not a child, so I'm not a nonce. And second of all, the relationship I have with Cali Roses, it's not quite what you think it is, Darren.
How do you mean, like?
So basically, I'll invite her onto the podcast. We'll discuss her day-to-day week, who's been beating her, how much she's made, how many blowjobs she's given, etc. I'll quickly plug her website, and then I'll plug her as well.
You serious, lad?
Well, it might even just be a case of I'll pop round to her house, I'll get a quick blowy, and then the endorphins will start cascading.
Well, I'm not right sure about all that, lad. He said a lot of words there that I didn't quite understand or catch, but to be fair, mate, it's not how I roll. I don't go around doing shit like that. I'm here to spread a message. Choose a life, not a knife.
Which is actually one of the things I wanted to speak about, because you've been mentioning knives so much. The sales of knives have actually gone up in the United Kingdom, so there's actually more knife crime since you began your message. Do you know much about that?
I did actually hear that through the grapevine, but to be honest, I just thought, fuck it. I've started the message, I've bought the t-shirts, I've ordered the hats, do you know what I mean? Can't go back now saying, fucking about, changing it. But in my mind, I've already dummy run a few new messages anyway, mate. I've got, don't play with guns or play with bums, do you know what I mean? That's a good one, I think. And don't be a buffoon, use a spoon.
Wow, that's so enthralling. I'm sat here speechless. I'm in awe of you right now. That's so good. I like you a lot, I like you too much.
Yeah. Well, I'm a fucking very likeable guy, Shaun. You should know that. I was on here last time. I was bossing it. I'm fucking having it. What can I say, mate? It is what it is.
I know. And you're very muscular. Do you train a lot? You look like you've been working out before you come. You've got a bit of a sheen on. You've got a bit of glossiness to your skin, like you was working out before you came. Have you worked out today?
Yeah, mate, I fucked about with an old scaffold bar that I found outside a building site. Pissed about with that for half hour. Then I run around the fucking city just to get a quick sweat on, do you know what I mean? Because that's how I roll.
Around the city?
Yep. That's what you got to do, mate. You got to keep fit, haven't you?
God. Oh, I fucking love you.
Yeah. What? Say again?
Nothing, it's not important. So you've had the podcasts with James English, you've come on here and you've done more podcasts, but since then you've started a bit of podcast wars online, haven't you? I mean, what can you explain a little bit about the podcast wars?
Well, it's not a war per se, Shaun. I was on here and you got my channel shut down. We're going to speak about that in a minute. But basically, a few snakes, a few fucking rats, dirty rats, have come out from under the woodwork and they're trying to stitch me up, Shaun. They've been getting my social media accounts shut down. They've been taking the piss out of my workouts. They've been saying scaffold bars can't get you ripped. But I've been saying, fuck you. You don't have a fucking clue, mate. You getting it? But I'm not going fucking nowhere, mate. My messages never die. Like me, look at me, I'm a fucking tank. I'm battle hardened. Do you know what I mean? The system has broke me. The motherfuckers in prison tried to break me. The fucking gangs, mate. Listen, I've seen it all. Darren G is not going anywhere. You on it?
I totally understand that, Darren. But as part of those feuds that you started with people, I've actually got one of the people you've been calling out publicly on the telephone who wants to have a word with you, Darren. Is that okay?
Mate, I'm battle hardened. I'm fucking ready for anyone at any time and any place. Far away.
Okay, so producer's just set it up now. Can you hear us, Marvin?
Alright, Shaun, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate, yeah.
How you doing, Shaun? You alright, mate?
I'm not so bad, thank you, mate. How are you? It's good to hear you. It's good to be back on the True Crime Podcast and all that funky jazz.
Darren, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Marvin.
What have you been fucking saying about me, you cunt?
Well, you fucking calling a cunt, mate.
Talking all sorts of fucking shit about me in my absence, you mug.
Oh, no.
You fucking cunt.
What have we
It's
done?
all fucking true, mate. Dispute
Will you
it.
fucking call me
Dispute
a
it.
nonce, you fucking mug.
Boys.
When I
Calling you a
see
fucking nonce.
When I fucking see you,
Boys.
it's on sight.
Boys, please.
Fuck.
Fucking bring it. Bring it, you
I'll
cunt.
fucking cut you,
Fucking
you mug.
bring it. Cut me. Don't
Boys.
fucking talk about cutting me, mate.
Boys,
it's
please.
choose a life, not a knife. Don't talk about fucking knives, mate.
Boys,
So you'll be
boys.
fucking mouthing off in my absence.
Yeah.
Listen, mate.
Yeah.
Boys, can we...
I'm reformed. I've changed. I've got my own message to spread. And
But
now
it's
you're
not choose a
fucking
knife.
trying to interfere with that message.
Listen, mate.
You can't.
Choose a
Wait
knife,
until I
not a
see you,
life.
Darren.
It's a good
Don't
message.
forget.
I mean, choose
Sonny,
a knife,
I'm
not
from
a life.
fucking Liverpool as well, yeah?
It's from the-
I've got
I'm
connections
forgetting my own
as well
fucking message
in
now,
the
mate.
north.
I'm forgetting my own message.
You mug.
It's actually...
Listen, mate, my message is more potent than anything you could ever
Fucking
do.
bollocks.
Mine's about not choosing a knife. It's about having the option to
talk
choose a
shit,
knife
kid.
and then
You're
declining
talking
the option to
fucking
choose a
shit.
knife. Because even though sometimes you need a knife to cut bread, you
What
need a
the
knife to
fuck are you
cut
even
cheese.
talking about?
I'm saying don't use a knife. I'm saying perhaps
are you
use a spoon
talking
or a
about?
fork or even a cheese grater.
What's
Do you know what I
it
mean?
for?
And as it comes to people in the street,
Who are
don't
you,
stab them with a
Darren?
fucking knife, yeah?
Who are
Find
you,
something
Darren?
else. Broken bottle. Do you know what I mean?
What have you done,
Use
Darren?
a fucking nail gun or something else
Who
to
have
puncture
you
the
helped,
skin
Darren?
that isn't a knife.
Now,
Do you
let's not-
understand what I'm saying?
Let's not talk about stabbing...
I spoke to you on the phone, Darren. I spoke to you at length, and now you're going to pretend that we didn't even fucking speak.
No, we spoke alright, but you wasn't making much sense then
Fucking
either.
bludgeoning.
What? You wasn't even making much sense then either. Can I just get my points across without you interrupting me?
What for?
Basically, here's the situation as it stands, Marvin.
Fucking
We
hell.
were going to do a documentary together. Then you started getting your eyeball out. I said I'm not into that. It reminds me of that fucking Dale Krieg and shit. And I remember thinking to myself,
Fuck's sake.
what is this, a competition? He gets a fucking glass eye, then he gets a fucking glass eye. It's like, who's the fucking man here? Who's going to stand up and be the original character? And I thought, I don't want to knock about with charlatans. And I thought, if you're copying this man,
You ever
Dale
get
gets
fed
a
up with
glass
the
eye,
sound
then
of
you
your
get a
fucking
fucking
voice?
glass eye. Then clearly he's the one who, with all the fucking originality, and I just thought, I don't want to be with no fucking has-been, do you know what I mean? And plus, you're getting funded by this MTK shit in Ireland.
Shaun,
this
you
fucking
still there?
Irish boxing promotion. The fucking
yeah, I'm
funds
still here, mate.
terrorism, mate.
still there?
They fund
yeah,
terrorism.
I'm just
so
listening.
let's
I'm
not
just-
piss about and pretend it's Mr.
just waiting
fucking
to get a word in.
legit. Going down to 10
Does he
Downing
ever stop?
Street and for fucking about with a bunch
He'll
of
stop
fucking
eventually,
nonce,
yeah.
How long have you got to
pedo
be, mate? I've got a
politicians
fucking
at number 10.
appointment.
I mean, what did you even do
I'm
at
not
number
sure, mate.
10, mate?
All right.
Were you noncing off
let him
kids?
speak, let
Were
him
you
speak.
doing satanic rituals?
We'll run out
Were you
of
doing
energy soon.
SRA? What were you even doing at number 10, mate? Because I can think of 10 fucking things you were doing and not one of them was helping people. Do you know what I mean? You having it? Are you on it?
Right, can I speak now?
The floor is
Yeah, let
yours.
Marvin speak. It's his turn to speak.
Right, Darren. You said a lot of things then, a lot of statements that aren't true.
He's
Now
always
let me
doing
get
that.
one thing fundamentally clear to you, son. I am a reformed character.
He is as well.
I was a drug kingpin. I was at the top of the ladder. I had it all. I was in the game. And don't you dare forget for a second that I was a victim of abuse and violence from a young age. And it shaped my character. My perception is violence. I was shot. I've been stabbed. I've been hit with a hatchet in the head several times in my fucking life. I've been dying in a hospital bed and no cunt came to see me, Darren. Don't think I don't know what it feels like to be on the business end of a fucking knife, Darren.
Please, Marvin, don't talk about knives. I don't like knives.
I know
don't
the
like
message.
knives.
He don't
I
like
know
knives.
the pain. But let's get one thing crystal fucking clear, alright? I ain't no fucking nonce blood. I despise them fucking
not.
cunts.
He's not a
In
nonce.
fact, I smashed a few of them up myself in prison.
And I'm not even.
When I was in the Ville, Pentonville, that is, I fucking chinned a few nonsense down there, son. If only you fucking knew the stories of Marv. So don't go dropping those fucking nonce bars, kid. Alright? Now, coming back to your point. I was at 10 Downing Street trying to clean up the fucking streets, trying to set a precedent of reformed characters liaising with politicians and the police. Do I speak to the police? Yes. Why? To forge a working relationship to tackle the epidemic of crime. So, Mr. G, you can either join me or avoid me. Do you understand?
Do you know something, Marvin?
What?
Fucking love what you did there.
What did I do?
You rhymed that, didn't you?
Unintentionally.
You fucking rhymed that sentence.
Unintentionally. Are you okay, bro?
The tissues are there, mate. Join me or avoid me. Join me. Avoid me. 'Cause I'm Darren L5C. 'Cause I'm an MC. I'm fixing my ways.
He's into his rap music.
I was at the strange ways.
He really loves his rap music.
But now it's happy days.
He's
Smoking
doing
on
the
that
beatbox.
haze. Thinking it's a blaze. Gonna change me ways. Gonna get the knife.
We've got some live music on the podcast, people.
Fuck off all the knives.
Don't forget to like, share,
'Cause I'm
subscribe.
choosing lives. Go and get me bike.
I like that noise. I like that noise.
I'm riding all my life.
Yeah.
Scotland to 5.
Scotland to 5.
2-wheel bike.
Fucking hell.
5-speed bike.
Booch, booch,
Oh.
booch,
My go for me is live.
Oh, bloody hell, guys.
Wicked, bruv. Wicked.
The endorphins are fully cascading right about now. I can feel the endorphins just really cascading. It's feel like I've just taken lots of MDMA.
Oh, shut up, Shaun.
If you don't subscribe to my show, I'ma bugger you senseless.
Make sure when you're subscribing to press the notification bell. It has free ring-dings.